So let's look at it. Now, what is my 1-day return? It's 0.59%. It's about the same as the S&P and Dow Jones on average. So it's not that bad. I'm at least staying up with them. And then my 1 month, I am actually making less than the S&P, the Dow Jones, the MSCY with a negative 5.12. So it's not been doing so good on short term, but the 1 year or year to date accumulation, I'm at 12% compared to the S&P 9%, Dow Jones at the 9%. And the only one that beat me was MSCI or ACWI. And then lastly, my 1 year. So my 1 year is at 32.58%. My compared to S&P 24%, compared to Dow Jones at 24%, and MSCI at 28%. And my 5-year return on this portfolio is 116%, compared to the S&P at 88%, Dow Jones at 78%, and MSCI ACW at 50%. So I beat them in the long term. Right now, my 1 day and my 1 month hasn't been doing so well, but my long term has been doing better than the S&P and everyone else. And you can't always beat the market, but as long as I can compete with them and stay with them, hey, I'm doing a good job. What do you think? Like and subscribe to my video. Comment down below what you think about it. And that's all I got for you. What's going on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram? It's YB. And today we're going to talk about my $38,000 portfolio. Now, at the end of the video, I'll show you how my portfolio performed compared to the S&P and NASDAQ. But at the end of the day, this is my dividend portfolio for my bridge account. And I am just some guy on YouTube that just sharing his experience. Now, here are my dividend requirements that I have for this portfolio. If you didn't know before, the first one, it has to pay dividend. Of course, it's in my dividend portfolio for my bridge account. Number 2, it has to have good growth. Since I have a lot of time on my hands before I'm gonna retire or gonna use this bridge account, I'm gonna capitalize on a good growth dividend portfolio. And number 3, they has to be good financial standing or good financially according to my standards. Now, everyone has their own opinion and their own ideas, but this is my dividend portfolio, so I can say whatever I want and do what I want because it's mine, and it has been doing pretty well for me. So let's get into this. First of all, in my last few videos, I added eBay and OR. OR is Oski Gold Royalty. They're a mining company or a company that owns mining company, and they've been doing pretty well recently, and they pay a dividend yield of 0.79%. And I think they're going to be doing pretty well. They've been doing pretty well financially. So let's go up to what I'm going to get paid for the following month. So we're going to be getting paid for July, $53. So $53, what am I getting paid out from? So the very first one that's paying me out is going to be CB. CB is Chubbs Limited. It's been doing pretty well, if you can tell by the charts. And I added this, and it's been doing pretty well for me. And it's paying me out a whopping $3.79. Now, the next one's going to be paying me out for this month is Medtronics. MDT. They're a medical company. Now, I think they're going to be doing pretty well. They've been coming out with a lot of stuff. They do own a large market share, so they could lose some market share, but they make great medical equipment, and I believe they can be around for a long time. So this is one reason why I purchased them. So Medtronic is paying me a pretty good $12.64 of July. The next one's going to be paying me. It's one of my brand new company. It's OR. OR is Osco Gold Royalty Ltd. And they pay 0.79%. And hey, that's a new one I added. The next one is PM, Philip Moore International. And Philip Moore International is a tobacco company. Let me make sure. Yep, it's a tobacco company. Now, I don't agree with tobacco companies, but at the end of the day, it's a good company. Tobacco isn't going nowhere. They might be less percentage of people smoking, but there's still a large percent of people smoking by the numbers. So, next one that's paying me is RCL. RCL's Royal Caribbean. I went on a Royal Caribbean. I really like them, so I bought their stock. I think they'll be around long term, and it paid me 2% dividend yield, or $5.34. And the last one that's paying me out is Stag. And Stag's been doing pretty well. Stag Industry. If you look at it, the chart's been showing it's pretty good growth. And they're a real estate company. If you notice one thing about my portfolio, it's pretty diverse. So that's another thing I try to do for my portfolio. And if you see all this, these are all the dates, payment dates that I've been getting paid out. And it's been doing pretty good for me. So that is the update on my $38,000 portfolio. And now let me show you how well my dividend portfolio has been doing compared to the other company